Hey everyone and welcome back. If you are new here then hello, my name is Zoe and this is my YouTube channel. Welcome to my first tutorial of 2020. I can't believe it's 2020. Happy New Year to everyone and I hope you all had an amazing festive season. Today's tutorial is very exciting because I finally get to use this, the Conspiracy Palette from Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. I've had this since the start of December, but it was a Christmas present so I didn't open it until Christmas Day. How good am I? So today we're going to be using this and we're just going to create something with it. I was going to do an everyday tutorial, but because this is the first time that I'm using it, I want to try and use as many colours as I can. So I think I'm going to go quite bright with it, just use as many as I can. So I'll leave again, as usual, what it's going to look like. I really hope you liked today's tutorial. Let me know if you do down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe as well. You're already here, so you only have to click a little button down there and we'll just get straight into today's tutorial. Okay, so just to save a little bit of time, I've just used my P. Louise base. This is the shade 2 and I've packed that on all over. I've used quite a lot today because I want this look to be quite glam. I'm going to do like more neutrals on the top and then more colourful underneath. So I've got to use that yellow, haven't I really? I'm going to use that, I think, as my inner corner. Use the pinks underneath and then use the more neutrals and oranges on the top. That way I can use as many as I can and I'll definitely do more tutorials with this anyway. So first I think I'm just going to go in with Tanacon, which is that one right there. That looks like such a nice transition shade as well. Okay, so let's start popping this into our crease. There is a little bit of fallout in the pan, but honestly I don't mind that as long as the pigment is there, which I can already tell that it is. So I'm not going to really mind about that really. I'm going to blend this up quite far and then also wing it out as well. Not too sharp, but just sort of buffer. So excited to use this palette. I have also got the mini Controversy palette, which I'm going to do a separate tutorial on because I thought let's just focus on this one first and then we'll do a separate tutorial with that one because there's literally just so many different colours. Okay, so that's fine for my transition at the moment. Then next I'm going to go in with Diet Root Beer, which is that slightly more brown shade there, and again just go straight over the top and just start deepening up a bit with this. God, these are so bloody pigmented. Let me know if you had a good festive season. Let me know what you got up to. I have literally just ate and ate and ate all kind of crap food. My skin is just ridiculous at the moment. I need to kind of get back on track and start not having like chocolate for breakfast. It's hard to get back into a routine, I think, after Christmas and New Year. I just feel like I have no idea what time it is, what day it is. I thought I would have so much time to film lots of different tutorials as well over Christmas, but it just did not happen. I was a little bit more busy than I thought I was going to be, but I have had a really nice time. So let me know what you've all been up to. This is the first time I've ever tried a Jeffree Star eyeshadow. I don't have any of his other palettes, so I'm not sure what any of the others are like, but this is amazing so far. Okay, so I really want to use Cheese Dust, which is the orangey shade, and then also maybe just a Theory. I didn't know whether to do Cheese Dust again in my crease or just do that all over. I think I'm going to do Cheese Dust here in this inner corner where I haven't got anything, and then I'm going to use a little bit of just a Theory just where the two meet in the outer corner. Okay, so I'm just using a tiny bit more of the base and I'm just going to press it onto this inner corner. I'm not cutting the crease or anything, I'm doing this quite rough, but just so I think it'll just make the orange pop a little bit more, and then do a nice yellow inner corner. I think that will look nice. So now I'm taking Cheese Dust, which is that orange shade, and I'm going to pack that on this inner corner. Oh, that is such a nice colour. I love like orangey shades for my transition as well, so this would work really nice for me as a transition shade. Absolutely love that. And I want it to be at its brightest just in this inner corner, so I'm going to really build it up there, and then I can go back in and blend out my crease after. And then doing the bright inner corner I think will look really nice. Okay, and then just in the outer corner, just where those two meet, I'm going to apply, what's that one, Just Ethereal, which is more of like a shimmery shade, but I think it'll look nice just where those two meet. So I'm just going to turn this same brush around and then just tap a little bit, literally just on the edge where those two come together. Then to highlight my brow bone, I'm going to use Ranch, which is the lightest one in that inner corner. This one looks amazing. I could probably use this as my actual highlighter as well a little bit later. So this one is just highlighting my brow bone. I think I'm going to finish all of my eyes before I do my base today, so I'm just going to quickly pop on some lashes and then I will be back. Okay, so my lashes are on, and now I'm just going to use a little bit of the P. Louise base just underneath my eye, and then I can do all of my eyes now before I apply anything to my base. So underneath, I think I'm going to use the pinks and purples. So the first one that I'm going to go in with is the brightest pink there. That is called Pigment, which this palette definitely has. So I'm just going to start buffing this all underneath my eye, and I like to blend my shadow down quite far, so I'm gonna blend it down. You might think it's a bit too far, but you just blend it down to whatever you're comfortable with, and then when I do my concealer later I can always bring it up a little bit. And I'm also just going to buff it into the bottom of that shadow where I've winged it out a little bit. Okay, then closer to my lash line, I'm going to go in with this more deeper purple. This one is called Not a Fact. So just on a little smudger brush, I'm just going to start smudging this closer to my lash line. They're all blended nicely. And then I'm just going to line my waterline. This is Costa Riche from MAC. Okay, now I'm going to do my inner corner. So I really want to use the yellow, which is called Food Videos, and this just looks so fluorescent. So hopefully it will be as pigmented as it looks in here. And yes, it is very bright. I'm going to come quite far out so you can really see it. And the more you kind of pack on, the brighter it gets, so don't be afraid of really packing it on here. And the very last eyeshadow, I think I really want to use Trisha because it's just the prettiest pink ever, and it has got like a shimmer to it. So I think I'm just going to apply a little bit of this to the centre of my under eye, and just on that seam where the purple meets the pink here. I've put it over pink so you can't see it like that much, but it's just such a pretty shade and I just really wanted to use that one. Okay, so we're finished with the eyes for now. Let's start with foundation. So for foundation, I'm going to use the Pro Glow from L'Oreal, which I absolutely love. I'm going to mix shade 205 and 204. 205 just a little bit more tan, which I am not at the moment. So I'm going to mix it with a little bit of 204. This foundation I actually like to start off with a brush. I think it's the only foundation which I ever apply with a brush, but I feel like it just applies just a little bit better because it is just so dewy. Try to cover up all of my spots from eating so much rubbish food over the past few weeks. So I'm just using 204 on its own now, just to build the coverage up a little bit. This is just a little bit more on the pink side, the 204, so I like to mix it with 205 because it is just a little bit more yellow. Okay, so moving on to concealer, I'm going to start with the Barry M All Night Long Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Oatmeal. So I'm just going to come just below the eyeshadow and then just sharpen it up a little bit in this outer corner, and then a little bit on my chin and my forehead and my nose as usual, and then just blend it in. Oh my god, I can't even get my words out. It's a sign that I haven't filmed for a couple of weeks. Let me know what videos you want to see this new year. I've already started planning a few, but if there's anything in particular, then please let me know in the comments. Then for my under eyes, I'm just going to start pressing it in, just being very gentle as to where I go up to. And then the same with the side. If you just keep on gently pressing, it will all blend together in the end. And then just under this part of my eye, I'm going to use my Studio Fix in NC25, just because I like it to be just a little bit more like yellow here. I feel like it just brightens this part a little bit more. And then for my contour, I'm going to use my contour stick from Rimmel. It's the Insta Duo contour stick. This one is in the shade Dark. So I'm just going to do just a little bit just in those few areas. And then to buff that out, I'm going to use my Real Techniques contour brush. So buffing this down towards my mouth and then up onto my cheeks. Okay, so now let's set this in place. So this is the RCMA, the No Colour Powder. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this, just set all of my under eye. It's quite a dewy foundation as well, so we'll just set it maybe just a little bit heavier than I usually do. I don't really find I need to set my foundations that strongly because I am so dry, but I'm just taking any excess just around the perimeter, but most of it like down the centre of my face. Okie dokie, so moving on to bronzer, I'm going to use two. The first one is my Milani Baked Bronzer. This one is in the shade Glow. Absolutely love this. This is my everyday bronzer as well. And then I am also going to use a little bit of the Beach Bronzer from Urban Decay. This one is in Bronzed. Then for blush and highlight, I'm going to go back into this Conspiracy palette. And for my blush, I'm going to use a little bit of pigment and just literally like the tiniest bit. And then for highlighter, I'm going to use Ranch. Okay, then for lips, I have just tried one combination, but I didn't like it. So I'm going to go for Salt Lip Liner first, and then this liquid lipstick from Jeffree Star. It's called Question Mark, which I got in a box, a mystery box, and I think it's a limited edition one. So I'm going to use these two. Okay, and then the liquid lipstick mainly towards the centre. Okay guys, so that is today's look using the Conspiracy Palette by Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star for the first time. I really hope you did enjoy it. Let me know if you did down in the comments below. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did like it, and don't forget to subscribe as well, and I will see you next week in my next one. Bye!